Hi, this is Lila. Thanks for hanging out with me for episode 4 of my vlog, Solo Concert-Goer. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a concert review of Seether and Three Doors Down. If you'd like to skip forward to any particular part, you can check the timestamps below in the description. I was supposed to see Korn Staind at Jones Beach, but that did not happen. It got postponed because somebody on the team or in the band of Korn got COVID. So yeah, I think that was moved about a month from now. 2 days later, I had to go to Jones Beach anyway to see Seether and Three Doors Down. I honestly did not feel like going out that day. I honestly considered just staying home, staying in bed. I think we all have days like that. And then I was just like beating myself up to be like, oh my goodness, if I was 15 and I had a ticket to go see Seether and Three Doors Down, I would like, nothing would stop me from going. Nothing. And I'm so grateful that I managed to kind of psych myself up and ended up going. I had to take the Long Island Railroad from Penn Station. And as it happens when you're in a bad mood or not in the best place, of course I took the wrong train. Got onto one wrong train so far. Let's see how the bus goes. Luckily, I realized it like kind of soon enough. Like I just missed like one stop or went like one stop further or something. So I was on the wrong train. I had to get a train back in the opposite direction, and it was like an hour-long train after a half-hour subway ride. But it was fine. Previously, when I've gone to Jones Beach, I just took an Uber from the train station to the stadium or theater. And I was like wondering if I should do it that day. Oh, I actually tried waiting for an Uber, but it's not like a very busy place. So it was like, your Uber is 17 minutes away. And I'd read up about a bus that goes between the Long Island Railroad train stop to Jones Beach Theater. But I honestly have not taken buses in the States, and yeah, where I'm from, like buses never like run on time or so I was kind of like scared to take the bus. I had no idea like what to look for, and yeah, I was like convinced that I wasn't going to be able to find it. But as I got off the stop at the train station, it was like right there, and yeah, like there was like signs to say like there are concert buses running between there and the venue, and they were really helpful people, and yeah, like barricades to show where the line is to wait for the bus. And I just had to use my Metro card, and it was like $2.75, which is like a lot less than an Uber ride would have cost. So anyway, like I had to wait in line a little bit, although like I was the only person in line. I don't think many people know about the bus. And so I had to wait for the next bus to come, and I had to wait in line, but that was fine because I mean, I would have waited for an Uber anyway. So yeah, like I loved the bus ride. It was super scenic, and I could just like smell the ocean as we were approaching the theater, and I got to see a beautiful sunset. And where the bus stops is not like super close to the venue. Well, it's close, but it's not like in the venue. It's like on the other side of the road. And like as a result of stopping there, like I got this beautiful view of the theater, and I was like, this is so nice. And they had great like markings to for you to like find your way to the theater. I think it took me like, I don't know, 7 minutes to walk or something. It was totally fine and doable. As I got to the venue, I was so pissed when this lady was like, sorry, but you can't bring your backpack in. I was like, what? I was like on your website this morning, or like I read like the FAQ about bags this morning, and like it says I can bring a backpack. And she's like, well, that is like outdated. On our website, like there's the new rules, and that's from an old article. And I was like, I've already lost so many bags. I've literally had a bag broken at Pier 17, and my other bag was like literally taken at security when I saw Green Day. So I was like, not another bag, please. So I just like tried to be nice to her, and I was like, okay, so what do I do? And she's like, oh, there's like a free bag check over there. So I mean, that wasn't the worst thing ever. Luckily, I had like this plastic Ziploc with me that I had like an apple in or something, so I could just, I don't know, keep like my camera and the keys and stuff with me in a Ziploc bag, which was just as big as my backpack. My backpack is so small. So I was like, what the hell? Why does it matter to have a backpack, or when I can just have that? Like I had like a freaking plastic bag with me that was the same size, and I was like, whatever. All of that made me a little bit late to the concert. As I was walking in, I could hear Seether playing already, and he was doing like these awesome screams, and I just got so excited. I was like, oh my god, Seether. For a change, I did not get it. Well, I didn't buy a ticket for the general admission standing area. I chose to pick like a super random, like any like random spot, and so I had to walk around to find my seat, and I ended up sitting up super high, and I don't even remember buying this ticket because I sat like against the wall. It's so funny. I really don't remember buying like what I was thinking when I was buying that ticket, but it was totally cool. I mean, I could see, I was like, yeah, the last row, so I could see everything in front of me. It was completely different to concerts I've been going to, because I've been in the standing pit for every concert I've been to so far. It was a dream come true seeing Seether perform live. I've been a fan for so long, and especially knowing that they come from the same country as I do, like almost the same town, very close to each other. And I mean, it's just like, it's always nice to see somebody who comes from where you come from doing so well. It kind of gives you like, yeah, you feel proud. And also that thing that they say, you know, if anybody who, I don't know, looks like you or come where you come from, if they've done it, you know, there's no reason that you cannot do it, something like that. So yeah, I was like a little bit in my feels, rocked out to the songs, and honestly, every time that he was screaming, it was the best thing ever. Like I could feel every emotion in his singing and in his screams. The whole band they were just, when I was listening to them play and watching them play, I felt like they belonged to the music, and I was like, wow. The guitar solos were so like sharp in a way that it seemed like, in my mind, I pictured it as a knife cutting something, but it wasn't like a bad sound. It wasn't like, when I say like a knife cutting, it wasn't like hurtful to my ears or anything. It was just so sharp and like precise, and loved it. Obviously, when he played Broken, which is a song he did with Amy Lee from Evanescence, yeah, that was the point. I started crying just because of I mean, I was so little. I think I was like 8 or something when that song came out, and I've sung that song so many times at the piano for other people, and just like, it's always like one of those songs that we were singing as kids, you know, my siblings and I, like when we were playing music. And yeah, it's very, very special to me. unfortunately, I have to say that the lighting was super bad during Seether's set. Could hardly see anything. But, it was fine in terms of I could hear everything and I was still really enjoying myself. I was just like trying to appreciate everything else about the venue. It was a beautiful, clear night, nice and warm. The moon was out and was reflecting on the water that surrounds the theater. So it was still really magical. When Seether ended their set and there was like intermission while the stage was being set up for Three Doors Down, I did something that I never get to do because I'm usually in the standing pit. Like I never leave to go to the bathroom because then you lose your spot, right? And this was different this time because I had an actual designated seat. And yeah, so like I walked down and went to the bathroom and I was like, it was so weird for me to see people like being at the food like stores, I guess. I don't know what else to call it, but like buying food and drinking beers and standing around. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is what other people usually do at shows. They actually hang out and, it's just, I never take a break when the artists are changing because I'm like just standing in that spot, keeping my spot like close to the stage. So I was just like, okay, so this is the other stuff that goes on in a concert. So it was cool to like experience that. I found while I was walking around, there was like this really cool map of the theater and showing like the backstage area and how to get to certain things. I really loved looking at the map. And I got back to my spot and they were setting up the stage still for Three Doors Down. I thought it was super interesting how they had like a big American flag on the stage, and I really liked the screen that they set up. It was in the shape of Superman, the Superman thing. The kind of looks like a diamond. So yeah, that was what the screen. That was the shape of the screen. And yeah, pretty soon they were on stage. The lighting was a lot better. Could definitely see everything. And they came out with a bang performing Kryptonite. We all freaked out, obviously, that being like one of their biggest songs. I really don't mind what happens now and then. So as you'll be my friend at the end. If I go crazy, then you still call me Superman. If I'm alive, then will you be there holding my hand? I'll be by my side with my superhuman mind. And this was actually their 20-year anniversary tour of their debut album, The Better Life. And yeah, they said that they were going to perform every single song off it. I was a little bit worried because I never got into every single song on that album, and I was kind of worried that that's all that they were going to perform, and none of the other songs from other albums that the singles from other albums. But luckily they performed the entire Better Life album as well as their songs from afterwards. That's really that was really popular. Let Me Go and Year Without You and Away from the Sun. I was super happy when that happened. I enjoyed all of their songs, even though there were some that I definitely did not know. It was really cool to reflect on how much I loved them in high school, and just remembering that I was trying to remember how I got their music, and my friend Yurika cut me a CD on a blank CD. That's just still how we used to give each other music back then. And then it would just be a silver black CD, and then you would write on it with Sharpie. Fun to think back, and really nice to hear all their songs again. The lead singer, when he came out, every time that he spoke to the crowd in between, he's calling us his friends. He's like, "How you doing, my friends?" And "God bless you, my friends." And I didn't know what to expect. I actually didn't put much thought into what to expect about the lead singer, because I've never really checked him out to see where exactly he's from or that kind of thing. But I did not expect him to be so, I don't know, he's just so humble, nice, patriotic. I don't know, his accent was, I didn't know if it's, I'm still trying to get used to all the accents in America. I wasn't sure if it was Southern or Northwestern or I don't know, but because I'm so used to just the New York accents. So it was really cool it was a big surprise for me to experience him in person and to see his personality and not just know him from the songs. He made a point to thank all the essential workers who, worked so hard during the pandemic and still are, and also everybody who serves in the military, and our veterans too. He made a point of just, saying thank you. Once again, he was "God bless America." And I was yeah, God bless America. Definitely. He also spoke to us about when he was super, super young, starting to write songs, and he was just saying sometimes people on the outside think that there's so much that goes into writing this song, and it's so glamorous, and it's so this and it's so that. And he's no, I'm just a person who sits in a room writing a song. That's it. And he was just saying yeah, you can do it too, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but that was where he was coming from. I really thought I went to that concert to enjoy those songs and reflect on my feelings and my memories, but I think that something more special happened. It was that I got to watch people in the crowd enjoy the music, and in particular the family zoom in together. It was really, really beautiful for me to see that, and to see there were like very big family sitting in front of me, and yeah, like the dad was just like freaking out with his daughter, and they were singing along to the songs, and he was just so affectionate and hugging his wife and hugging his daughter, and it was really nice to just like see that for me, like see a family go to a show together and enjoy it. Of course, for me, I was like, wow, I didn't grow up with that, and I'd never really seen that, and it was just nice to know that it exists, it's out there. There are families who are happy and doing happy things together, and yeah, I love just trying to find those experiences as I go through life to change what I believe is possible. I really enjoyed the people watching from my seat against the wall, back against the wall. And they played a really, really good show. As I was exiting the venue, I kept hearing Seether songs being played, and I was assuming that it was like coming from somebody's car in the car park. And as I got back from picking up my bag from the bag check, I was like, there's people were like crowding, and I was wondering what it is, and I got closer and closer to where those songs were coming from, and it turns out it was like somebody brought like their entire drum set, and they were just like playing Seether songs, and then also later they played some Three Doors Down songs, and they were just like drumming along to it on their drum set, and people were like dancing and rocking out and supporting him, and you know, giving money. It was such a cool vibe. I loved seeing that, and I stuck around for a song or two. After I did that, found my way back pretty easily to the bus and onto the train, back to Penn Station, back on the subway, back home. It was a very, very long commute getting there and getting back, and it also made me just think about how special it is for a band or a musician to be loved so much that somebody said, today I'm gonna take a break from what I usually do on a Thursday night, and I'm gonna spend 4 hours on trains to go and see this band that I love. It's so cool that people still do that, you know. It's still a thing. It's still a thing. It was a long night, but I'm super happy that I ended up going after all. If you've been going to any shows, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you've been up to. I'll be back.